Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would share with you guys my 3-day potty training method. So I've used this method now on 2 of my boys. I've got another boy due in April. It worked really well for my firstborn, so I thought I would go ahead and give it a try with my secondborn. So I feel like the 3-day potty training method kind of gets a bad rap. This one's different than a lot of the 3-day potty training methods that you'll see. The reasons why I like this specific 3-day potty training method is, first, there are no briberies involved. There are no rewards. There is no sticker chart system. There's no treats that you have to wean off of later. It is simply verbal praise. I like that this method is very much like a 3 days, get it done. It's a lot of work. It's really hard, but it's kind of like you do the work up front and you reap the rewards later. There are no little potty seats. There's no little miniature potties involved. This is just straight to the big toilet. So you don't have to buy any sort of crazy expensive potty training equipment, although you will see in the clips that I have coming up that I did have a miniature potty that I bought with my firstborn son before I did a little bit more research. There is no excessive underwear buying. So some of the 3-day potty training methods will tell you to buy like 30 pairs of underwear, and I'm like, nah. So I would say I think I had about 10 to 12 pairs, and honestly, you have a washing machine. You also don't need to purchase any sort of crazy pull-ups or leak-proof underwear. I would actually say don't do that for this particular method that I'm gonna share. It could be really confusing for the child. So this one is just undies. I keep diapers. I don't even do pull-ups for nap time and bedtime just because I honestly don't want to pay the price of pull-ups. This specific method does not disrupt sleep. So a lot of the other 3-day potty training methods talk about potty training at night, which I'm personally against. Something I'd heard years and years ago is that the part of the brain in the child that controls the bladder function is one of the last to develop. And so while you could also argue that, yes, that means you don't need to rush and like try and potty train your child at 1 like I did. In the same way, you could argue that there really is no reason that you should be trying to potty train a child at night when they don't have control, because they're asleep, over their brain's ability to control their bladder. Sleep's really important to us, so I didn't want to do anything that was going to mess that up. And his naps did get affected for the first couple days, then they ended up going back just fine. Here's some signs that they may be ready for potty training using this method. They're able to tell you that they're going pee or poop in their diaper. Another one is that they can understand commands. Can you please go put this car in that basket over there? So like a sentence worth of commands, and they know exactly what you're saying and they can do it. If they're like 12 months old, they're probably not gonna be ready to potty train just because they haven't quite gotten to that point of comprehending what you're asking them to do. But if they're closer to like the 2 side and they can understand when you give them directions or guidance, then they're definitely ready. Another one is that they have gone a couple hours at least with a dry diaper. I honestly didn't know if this was the case with my secondborn, so I really just kind of guessed on this one. So my firstborn son was 20 months old when he was potty trained, and Cade, we just potty trained him at 23 months old, and he just turned 2 yesterday. So we did it right before he turned 2. The first step, you're basically trying to teach them what an accident is. You're trying to teach them where it's supposed to go and where it's not supposed to go. And the only way to do that is basically you're allowing them to have accidents. But it's also a day of lots of praises for even just little tiny drops and little tiny victories. The second day, you're trying to teach them that we don't pee with clothes on, and that we need to go to the bathroom and go pee in the potty, and we don't go in our underwear. For the third day, you're teaching them that we don't pee in our clothes when we're at home or when we leave the house, and that we can hold it when we have to go potty for an extended amount of time. So you can see how each day kind of gets progressively closer to being fully potty trained. You have very minimal expectations for that first day, and by the third day, it's practicing what you've been trying to teach them. So the first is lots of juice. Lots and lots of apple juice. My son went through an entire bottle of apple juice in 1 day. Lots of paper towels, or just like, sort of rag towels. Any sort of carpet cleaner you prefer. We just do baking soda and vinegar. And the third thing is you definitely need a timer. I have an Apple Watch, which has been the biggest lifesaver when it's come to potty training. That way I don't have to put the timer somewhere else and then try and like remember it or reset it when I'm in the middle of doing something. It's right here, I can see it. So I would definitely say some sort of watch would definitely be preferable, or if you have a smartwatch, that's definitely perfect. Second thing you need to do, and this is by far the hardest, is you have to block off 3 days. You can't do anything. No grocery shopping, no major cleaning or any sort of cooking. You can't go anywhere. You can't have anybody over, not going outside to even play. You are in your house. Your one sole job is to be watching this child for 3 days to potty train them. I know that's a lot and that's not feasible for everybody, so I do admit that this method isn't the greatest if you are working full-time or someone else cares for your child. I definitely would say don't make someone else do this. You need to be the one to do it. Some recommendations that I've seen are trying to arrange childcare, especially that first day and probably the second as well for any sort of older children. One of the reasons why I only use a big potty is because if you teach them to only do the little potty, they won't ever want to do the big potty, and now you have to wean them again. And honestly, they're scared the first couple times, but after that first day, they really do learn to just like sit on it and it's not a big deal. The key for using the big potty is it's easy to do the first day when they don't have anything on. Make sure to take off their shoes, their pants, and their undies so they can spread their legs all the way, and I sit them towards the very back of the potty and they hold onto the seat. Yes, that's gross, but that's why we have soap. Another thing is when you sit them on the potty, don't make them sit for too long. You give them the opportunity to go, count, do your ABCs. If you think they have to poop, maybe have them sit like a minute or two, but you don't need to make them sit there an excessive amount of time. We also don't even do any books or toys. Like we're there to go potty, then we leave. First thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your child up just like normal, change their diaper, have them eat breakfast. Don't take off the diaper yet. And you're gonna give them breakfast with a ton of juice. You're just gonna keep loading it. There is no limit to the juice. If you wanna water it down, I did water it down just because I was giving him so much. I read that giving lots of apple juice can be a laxative, so just a heads up on that. So after breakfast time is when you'll go ahead, strip your child down. They are wearing just a shirt. Obviously if it's summer, you could get away with a short sleeve. It was winter, so I made sure to keep the heat pretty high that day. And then I put him in a warmer long sleeve shirt that kind of went like not super low because I didn't want him to accidentally like pee on the front. And then I just put on socks. Remember, no underwear, no matter what. And especially no pull-up. This method will not work if you use a pull-up. Our downstairs has all hardwood floors, and so I decided that I was gonna keep him downstairs the first day. I kept him away from the sofa and away from my big rug, and I tried to do a bunch of little activities where he was standing or next to me where I could see if he was peeing. So I had stickers, we did coloring at our little table. I just sat next to him and planted myself there for basically the entire day. You make sure to tell your child that our pee-pee and poo-poo, they go in the potty. Repeating it will make a difference, but that first day it won't mean much to them. So you're gonna go ahead and set your timer for when they first have their juice for about 15 minutes. You may need to adjust it closer to 10 or more or less depending on how much juice and how fast they're going through it. And when the 15 minutes goes off, go ahead, walk them to the potty, set them and say, we're gonna go pee-pee on the potty. You don't ask them if they have to go. So I went ahead and said, okay, it's time to go potty. And I set him on the potty. Give him a minute. Of course he doesn't go. So at this point, I know it's been 15 minutes and he's had a lot of juice. So what I'll do is I'll set a timer for 5 more minutes and take him every 5 minutes until he goes. Usually what happens, I wanna say like 99% of the time, you will not catch the pee-pee in the potty. Expect to have the majority of your messes that day be on the floor, and that's okay. Again, you're teaching them, they don't know what it means to go have an accident on the floor or in their pants or their clothes, so they're learning what it means to pee themselves. When they do pee on the floor, not if, when they do pee on the floor, it's really, really important to monitor how you respond to your child. You don't want to freak them out and think that what they're doing is wrong. What they're doing isn't wrong. You want them to pee. You want them to poop. Those are good things. We just want them to not go on the floor or in their undies. We want them to go into the potty. So try your best because it will surprise you and it will surprise them too. All of a sudden, they'll realize they're peeing and you have this nice, beautiful stream, especially if they're boy, going straight on the floor or on you. Let's be real. Sometimes that happens. Uh-oh, you went pee-pee on the floor. Pee-pee goes in the potty. Pick them up, don't scold them, don't say no, there's no sort of consequence, but you pick them up, run them as fast as you can to the potty, set them on, and see if they'll finish that last little bit. Pee-pee goes in the potty, pee-pee goes in the potty. If they get even so much as 2 drops, you jump up and down, you sing a song, you do whatever it is to make that child know you are very proud of them and they did a very good thing. Now they may have already gotten it out, and that's why it's so important that if your child's playing, you are not over there doing dishes, you are not over there cleaning, you're not dealing with this child. You have to be right next to them within arm's length, or else this won't work at all. Because by the time you get to them, they've already emptied their bladder. So if you can't do that and make that commitment, then I would say don't even try this method. Because like I said, it's a lot of work on the front, but the reward is greater on the end. Just be careful to watch your tone and watch your body language because they are watching you and they're paying attention. So give them lots of grace and give yourself lots of grace. And remember that this day is all just about repeating and praising and then repeating some more. I try to remind myself of this. So if you're, as a parent, need an encouraging reminder, if this doesn't work or another method doesn't work, I have yet to meet a single adult that cannot pee or poop on the potty. There you go. Your child will be fine. So here's the footage from day 1 of potty training Cade. Guess what? Today, we are going to potty train K-Boy. Oh my goodness. Did you want to go pee-pee on the potty today? TT on the potty. So he is not prepped yet. We don't have him naked or anything yet. We're going to eat breakfast. Then you're going to get lots of juice. So he recently started communicating bowel movements. He has not communicated pee, but I feel like pee is a little bit different. This is very real right now. Toilet paper on the floor. I do have a little kid potty and I have a regular. I'm going to encourage the big one over the little one. So we only have one little potty and I'm not running up and downstairs, and I don't do the whole thing where you bring it to your living room. This will stay in here. If we're downstairs, which is where we're gonna start, I'm gonna immediately start on the big potty just to try and help him get more comfortable. I feel like if you do the little potty, then they just get used to it versus like, it's kind of scary going on a potty in general, so kind of ripping off the Band-Aid. We'll see how it is with this second child. I obviously have another one. I will have the lovely joy of potty training in about 2 years. My oldest was 20 months old when I potty trained him. He honestly was ready by 18 months old. I could just tell. He would communicate pee and poop, very verbal, especially for a 20-month-old boy. So I just delayed it, well, for an 18-month-old boy. I delayed it till 20 months old because I had really bad morning sickness and I just couldn't do it. So if it's not good timing, I would say don't rush it, but I don't think there's any reason you need to wait till they're like 3. The reason for the timing is they have a month off between now and preschool. So I figured if I do it now, he will have a whole month for it to set in before his kind of like schedule gets uprooted and changed. Okay, so here are some of the supplies. I just grabbed a bunch of towels and vinegar. I've got baking soda underneath the sink that I will use with that if he goes on any sort of carpeted surface. I feel like it just gets out the pee smell really well without masking it with lots of scents. So I also brought some socks down, and I have 2 different shirts just for him to wear. And I'm probably gonna crank up the heat so he's not freezing his little tushy off, literally. Coffee, that's kind of essential. I also have my watch ready to go. This is super helpful because I can set all the different timers that I need to. Hopefully he can avoid peeing on my rug in there or the sofa. But thankfully all the sofas are slip covered. What you doing? Hi, honey. Do you want to try? Do you want to try sitting and going potty? Yes? Let's just try. Okay, lean forward. So you go pee-pee? No, you gotta lean forward, go pee-pee. No pee-pee. All right, let's go get your juice. It is currently 11:13. This is my first update just because I've been really busy watching him. So I remember this with my oldest too, but essentially like, you have no successful pees in the potty for the first like over hour. You basically just have lots of messes. I'm following him around to make sure he doesn't pee because he's been chugging that juice. And I know you normally poop at this time of day. He had the 4 accidents, and then there's 1 pee I was able to catch kind of midstream, rushed him to the potty, put him on the potty, peed, then you clean up the mess after. We got 1 full just successful where I was like, okay, I think he's due for a pee now. It was about 10 to 15 minutes and I was able to put him on and he just went on his own. So we did lots of praise, lots of clapping. Oh, gentle James, that's enough, let go of his head. I let him flush the potty, so we understood the concept of I put something in the potty, I get to flush it. And then we had just 1 more that was also again midstream. Quickly picked him up, we rushed to the potty and he finished, so we cheered and we yayed. So far, I'm actually good. I was a little like worried that maybe we did this too soon. That first hour, like I said, like 4 just not caught messes is pretty discouraging. But then finally now we've had like 3 pees on the potty. baby bottom there. So this rug I really don't care about. There are so many, let's go pee-pee on the potty. Let's go pee-pee on the potty. That was a squat. Let's just make sure.
Oh gosh, why did he do that again?
Okay, false alarm. We do praise if he goes pee and poop, but if he just goes to sit and he doesn't pee or poop, we just say no pee pee, and he'll tell me like no pee pee, and I'll say okay, all done, and we'll get up and come out. There's no washing hands, there's no reward, not even for sitting, and that probably goes against what some people say, but I don't want him to think that sitting on the potty is what we're trying to get him to do, but it's trying to get him to pee on the potty. Okay, so it's been 10 minutes since that last time I updated and since he last peed. So I've reset my watch for 5 minutes. It'll be 15 minutes since he last peed, which is about usually when he pees with that much liquid. And each time I put him on the potty and I honestly give it like 5 to 10 seconds. And if he doesn't pee within that 5 to 10 seconds, I take him off and try again. If you're potty training a boy, fair warning. By day 2, they are very familiar with their anatomy, if you get what I'm saying. So just keep that in mind. If they're touching themselves, that doesn't mean they have to pee. They're just boys. So by the afternoon, he was starting to have some successful pees on the potty where he understood the concept of he wasn't supposed to go on the floor. He was supposed to go on the potty. He did not ask to go. He did not say he needed to go potty, even though I continued to remind him throughout the day. You don't expect them to ask to do it the first day, but by the 3rd day, you're kind of hoping that at that point it's finally clicked. So just remember that that first day, it's a lot of grace and it's not a lot of success. So if you're expecting them to be potty trained that first day, then you just have to, you need to readjust your expectations. Your job that first day is to try and teach them and show them that our messes go in the potty and not on the floor, and that you're really proud of them when they do make it to the potty, even if it's a little bit. The goal for this day is to not only show them that the pee and the poop go in the potty, but it doesn't go in our undies and it doesn't go in our clothes. I feel like this is a really big day because you're showing them that even though they have something on, they're not allowed to go to the bathroom in it anymore. Don't freak out if you were starting to make lots of progress on the first day with them going towards the end of the day, and now you're seeing some regression. That's to be expected. Now they're basically relearning what they did yesterday, but instead with undies. You should start to see results, well, for us, it was actually later in the day, but you should start to see some results this day. Be mindful of your expectations going into that second day, that you don't start to stress yourself out or your child out because of unmet expectations. So just like normal, wake up, diaper change, and go ahead and stick on those undies even with breakfast. And you're gonna show them the undies, you can be all excited. Again, you are still giving them lots of juice, lots of watered down juice. If you did find that the apple juice was acting as a laxative, I would definitely say water it down or maybe mix it with another type of juice. Don't worry, this is the last day that you're doing the juice. Remind them that the pee and the poop still go in the potty. Tell mommy if you have to go potty, stay close by, don't be far away. You're trying to catch that first accident in their undies to be able to rush them to the potty, to take off the undies, to put them on, to say, no, the pee-pee and the poo-poo go in the potty. I would say this is the one area where if you wanted to use the word no, you could, but I would be very careful with your tone and your usage, because again, you don't want them to think that peeing's bad and to be scared to pee, but that no, it's not supposed to go in our undies, pee-pee goes on the potty. Do the same thing where you set a timer for 20 minutes, and then in 20 minutes, you put them on the potty, it's time to go potty, put them on the potty. If they don't go, then set another timer for 5 minutes to try again until they do, and then reset that timer. All day, you're reminding them, if you have to go potty, tell mommy you need to go potty. Pee-pee and poo-poo go in the potty. Don't ask them if they have to go. You're going to take them when that timer goes off, but you're also trying to encourage them to use their words to tell you. Even if they pee 3/4 of their bladder in their undies, but they get a couple drops in the potty, praise them so much. So what should hopefully happen is suddenly they'll do like a drop or two and then stop. And they'll realize that they have to go to the bathroom. For James, this literally took 2 times and he was done, and he really didn't ever go in his undies. To the second day, I think Cade had close to like maybe 3 or 4 accidents in his undies, but he had like wet, he relieved his whole bladder in his underwear. It wasn't until the end of this day 2 that we finally started seeing progress. So here's the footage from day 2 of potty training.
Good morning. Can you say good morning? What do you have? What are these? Can you say undies? Where do we go pee-pee? Yeah, we don't go pee-pee on the floor on our undies. We go pee-pee on the potty. Can you say potty?
Daddy.
Potty. Go show me. What'd you do to your bed? He took off his clothes and his diaper and peed. Yeah, Yeah, I look crazy. He peed all in his bed. And of course it was the one time I had not put back on the mattress protector and he was sleeping in a diaper. So he literally just stripped down and decided he was ready to go this morning. I don't know, maybe that's a sign. Good sign? We'll see. I'm gonna go ahead and set a timer for 20 minutes from when he woke up for us to try going potty, but I have told him if he has to go potty to come tell mommy and daddy. He will probably pee through quite a few this morning. That's my prediction, and then I'm hoping that this afternoon, just like yesterday, it'll kind of click. Do you need to go potty? Are you all done? No, no, we're not messing with that. Do you, oh, that's what you get for not listening. Do you need to go potty? Are you all done? Okay, all right, all done. Thank you. Okay, we'll go downstairs. After putting him on maybe like 6 times yesterday, even though he really didn't go, he was no longer timid. So it's been a little bit of a rocky day. Kind of right when I think Cade was starting to get it, it was time for nap. So it took over an hour for him to actually have his like first pee of the day. But once we brought him upstairs, he just wasn't able to go every 20. It was definitely closer to 10 and he was wetting a lot of undies. He started looking like he was gonna do okay. Like he did one in the potty without wetting his undies, which was great. Lunchtime was definitely the hardest, I would say, just because I was trying to feed him, kept saying he needed to pee about every 2 minutes. And then finally I got him distracted long enough to where he was sitting and then all of a sudden he looks at me, he goes, pee pee. And he did it in a certain way that was different. He actually peed, so that was super encouraging. And now we've hit nap time. I really think he's ready for it. I just think it's gonna take a little bit longer to click for him. So crazy thing, this little guy has been laying in his bed for like 2 hours. I know it's probably terrible, but I was really hoping he'd nap. He had a dry diaper. Really bizarre. He's never gone that long with a dry diaper. He never napped. I'm wondering if he was so distracted by not peeing in his pants that, yeah, look at my little climber. And see, look, ready for real life? Ready for this? This is my laundry. The laundry's a little bit put on hold today.
So for this next clip, you'll see that we had a little bit of a regression on day 2. Cade was having a really hard time with communicating that he had to go to the bathroom and actually going.
Do you need to go potty? Okay. Let's see. You're not all done yet. We're gonna sing ABCs. L-M-N-O-P. Q-R-S. Oh my goodness. I'm done. Go get that juice. Okay. So I also just got a package in the mail. A really close eye on him. Yeah, that'll be good. What happened?
Daddy.
You need to go potty?
Daddy.
Okay, let's go. So that was 1.5 minutes. No, we're gonna try for just a minute. Ready? Let's take a deep breath. There's no need to cry. We're gonna sing a song, and once mommy's done singing, we'll be all done. What song should we sing? You're all done? Okay. We just tried. Do you want to sit down? Yes? You want to sit?
No.
Okay. That was 1 minute. And repeat. See, saying it again. This is what I meant by we regressed a little bit. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna try to distract us for the next few minutes. Yeah, so we're gonna, I know he has to go, but here, wait, come to mommy. We're gonna read a book real quick. Come here. You need to go potty? Okay, so now we've asked. Yeah, you did it! Yay, I'm so proud of you! Yay! The pants are completely dry. I'm so proud of you! High five! Oh, yay! Cade, can you clap for Cade? Yay! Flush a potty. And now he gets to wash his hands. Would you like to wash your hands? Okay. Oh, this is so heavy. This is the way to wash your hands. After
your child does this, this may be a really good trick that you could try. Just simply try and distract them with a book, something where they're sitting still, not moving around, and then give it a few more minutes. Keep an eye on your watch. Maybe not go more than 5 to 10 minutes, but see if they'll request to go to the bathroom on their own after they've been distracted. And maybe at this point they truly mean it. Oh, did you do it? Did you go potty? Potty, yay! So it's been like an hour and a half and he got a little bit. There you go. He had like a little tiny bit and then he just stopped and said pee pee, and ran to the bathroom. So that is really, really good that he stopped himself after like feeling the sensation. So I would say that is a win. That is with us not reminding him to go to the bathroom, and that is also with not setting any sort of timer. So I just was keeping an eye on the clock and I was gonna see if he would tell us, and he did. So we will keep him in his undies until tonight for bedtime. I think I'm gonna keep seeing like if he'll just tell us he has to go. He kind of slowed down on his juice, which is fine because it's nearing bedtime. And then tomorrow we will try a very short outing with clothes. Helps to be so involved and buy them for literally 2 days because you are learning basically their cues for going potty. So the second day was definitely a win, although the first half of the day I thought, oh my goodness, this video is gonna be a fail, and this will be me talking about how I unsuccessfully potty trained my child in 3 days. So to summarize, on the second day, it definitely started off a little bit discouraging, but by the end of the day, he was requesting to go to the bathroom. So he went from peeing in his undies, like every single pair, not asking him to the bathroom, to after nap time, close to dinner time, telling us he had to go to the bathroom and going longer stretches. Day 3 is a really big deal. It is the day you get to test out what you've been doing. I would say if you're going to plan to do an outing, plan it around when they did go potty, and also plan it around like a good time of day. So I would say for this third day, maybe plan to do something in the afternoon. That way you have time in the morning to put on all of their clothes and their undies in case they have an accident or two. You can kind of reinforce what you've already been doing. You're gonna get them up, change them out of their pull-up or their diaper. You're gonna tell them, put on their undies. If they have to go potty, tell mommy. And don't forget to take them to the potty when you first get them up, just to give them a chance to get to go. Then you immediately know, like, perfect, we'll set a timer. It'll probably be longer because, you know, they've been going all night without drinking anything. So it'll probably be closer to like the 40-minute side, an hour side. This day you are not pumping them full of liquid. So now you're gonna be able to see a little bit more of like their natural schedule. Try and have them go on the potty before you leave. So I would maybe plan the time that you're leaving close to when they've had a successful pee. You're gonna put on undies and clothes, so they get to wear pants today. Keep that portable potty handy just in case. Go ahead and plan to be back within an hour. So here's the footage from the third day when we did our outing. Good morning. Do you have undies on? Undies. Where, if we have to go pee pee, where do we go? Go sit down on where? And potty. Good morning, guys. So I figured I would just fill you guys in when I'm doing my makeup. Today's Saturday. It is day 3 of potty training Cade. Kind of the game plan I think for today is I put on just undies for right now. I think I'm gonna do undies just until he communicates to us his first pee. And we have a portable potty. We keep it in the car. We don't take it to like family or friends' houses. So whenever we go to like a store, for example, which I'm not going to because COVID, if we were going to the grocery store, so what I would do is pee him before we go, make sure he goes, and then when we get there, go ahead and pull out the potty and let him try to sit on the potty, go inside, do our shopping, come out, try to have him sit on the potty again before buckling him in, then head home. Because if you don't, what always happens is they ask to go on your way home, and then you're trying to find a spot on the side of the road to pull out a kid potty and not flash everybody driving by. It's happened to me multiple times. We take this potty on all of our trips, so if the kids have to go potty, well, kids, but in the past just James. If James has to go potty, this is what we use. Okay, so Cade just went down, and I haven't videoed for a little while because we were honestly just hanging out as a family. Cade has actually done pretty well. He had a really big accident this morning. I was upstairs and I should have been downstairs helping Josh, and he had an accident, a pretty big one then. 2 hours later, I took him before lunch and he went. I was gonna show you guys the potty that I absolutely love. So it's the OXO potty, and I can link it. It opens up like this, which is really cool. And so we normally just set it in the passenger seat, or I've even used the driver's seat. And this part's great if you have a little boy. I think it was like $20. And then these are a little expensive. My friend I know has bought an off-brand and she really likes them. I tried them and I wasn't a fan. I love these because you just put it in It goes around, push that part down, and then the bag, there's like these little silicone slots in the side, so you can just lock the bag in there, and when they pee, the part inside absorbs all of the liquid, so it's not like sloshing around and leaking. So I've never had an issue with these like leaking or anything. So. Can you say I did it?
I did.
I did it. Yeah, with your finger in your nose. Got to your finger. Potty? Did you go potty at Mimi and Papa's house? This kid has actually really impressed us. And we're happy to say, so day 3 was a success. He had the one accident I talked about this morning, and he didn't have a single accident all day. So I'm very pleasantly surprised with how he's done. Each time he went potty, it was like over an hour. So he went once at grandparents' house after he had peed here before we left, and then he went another time an hour later, and we got home and he went again. So he held it in the car, he held it during nap time.
Say hi.
Hi.
Say I went potty.
You're so cute. So I would say day 3 is definitely a success. We have done the 3-day potty training. I'm glad to be done with it. Hopefully we don't regress. Can you say bye?
Bye.
So that is it. So we finished the 3-day potty training and we are signing off. So by the end of this 3rd day, I would definitely consider him potty trained. It definitely was successful for us, and this method worked really, really great. Like I mentioned, he's my 2nd child that I have potty trained using this exact method, and we will definitely continue to use this method moving forward. As kind of an update now that it's been a month, Cade is doing really, really well. He is now pooping on the potty, which is great. A few times he'll kind of struggle with saying he has to go poop, and it usually takes maybe 2 to 3 times. It's like he's getting up the nerves to actually poop. But we've noticed as we've continued to just take him and reinforce everything we've been doing, he has now gotten more and more comfortable with pooping on the potty. The first couple weeks we potty trained him, he actually went like a week's worth of naps completely dry, and then he went like 4 or 5 full 12-hour nights without peeing in his diaper. Now he's kind of like peeing in his diaper, and I'm not sure if that's in the morning because we're not rushing in there or if it's happening in the middle of the night. But overall, he's done really well. We've not had any major regressions. So if you do try this method, or if you've tried a similar one, I'd love to know how it worked for you and what things you liked or didn't like. I hope you guys enjoyed this 3-day potty training video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.